Yo, can y'all look at this fucking trade, please? Can y'all look at this trade, bro? My bad. I think I got a little loud right there. But can y'all look at this shit, bro? God damn. You feel me? We already hit a 1-7. Now, I am not in this trade. Sadly, I'm not in this trade for multiple reasons. And we're going to get into that after I break this shit down. Now, let me start with the boring shit. Yup, I'm sorry. I got to tease y'all. Watch the whole video. Watch the whole fucking video. Matter of fact, while we here, let's do this shit real quick. Instagram. What's my Instagram? It's Brandon Jackson 03. That right there. So go ahead. Go follow that shit. We're going to put this right here. We're going to make this like 32. Bold as fuck. And in italics. And we're going to make this bitch red so it pop out for y'all niggas, man. Or yellow, man. And we're going to make the background black. So y'all can't even miss it. Boom. Alright, so what happened today? Look at this. This trade looks terrible, don't it? That's because it really is, let's be honest. Now, at the time, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty decent. But how do I explain this? Psychologically, this trade was not that bad. I ain't even gonna hold you. It wasn't that bad. Let me turn my fucking camera on. Cause when I'm editing this, it's gonna piss me off that I can't see myself. I don't even want to go over this trade. This trade is fucking ass, bro. Like, what is going on? In the moment, I thought it was good. Like, in the moment, you could just see this shit selling off. I could, at least. But really, I was too zoomed in on the 1 minute, bro. So let's start with the higher time frame real quick. All right. This candle was not like this when I got in here today. It was moving down some more. I saw that we were starting to push down today, right? We had swept this high right here. This high. And I did anticipate that we'd take out this previous week high, but we never took it out. So we started to push down. We had all this low resistance liquidity, so it was safe to say I'm bearish. We also have this 50% mark right here. So I'm thinking, okay, probably going to push down and take out this sell side level today. That was really my main draw because we were down here. We were on this candle. This candle had just closed. We were on this candle when I got to the charts, right? So boom, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to push down here. We might retrace up into here, but this is really my draw. Boom. So let's just get rid of this for a second. We scale in a little bit. Now, the 1 hour had filled this fair value gap, as you can see. But then we had a big push up, and then we filled this fair value gap, and we closed above it. So we closed below this. We respected this order block. We pushed up and closed above this. So I'm thinking, damn, I don't know about this, bro. I don't really know if we want to go up or down. Then the 7 o'clock candle came up into this order block, pushed down, and closed below this tiny fair value gap. So that's really what sealed the deal for me this morning. I'm like, okay, we're going to push down now. We're going to come down here. I don't even think we're going to retrace up here anymore. That was my thought process. Literally because we pushed through this. So, boom. I scale in. I'm watching. I'm looking. I'm watching. We get a market structure shift on the 15-minute time frame. Right? But we never swept liquidity. So I'm really just sitting waiting like, I'm just looking for something. I really wasn't looking for shit. Like, I didn't really care if I traded today or not. I was just trying to be patient. And there were multiple times when I wanted to get into a trade, but I didn't do it. So let me bring this to New York session so we know exactly what I was looking at. Boom. So we came down here. We started to push up. And I can't really remember what I was thinking in this area. I think I did highlight this. Y'all gonna see this after I post the live trade from this morning, so y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. Y'all gonna have already seen the trade before you see this video. So I think I highlighted this fair value gap right here. We came back into it. I was waiting to see some type of reaction. I scaled down into the 1 minute, and the 5 minute fair value gap was in here. We started to come up with this placement, so I was like, nah, we ain't ready to push down yet. We had this little push down, but we didn't have a fair value gap. Actually, we had one right there. Now, the reason I didn't take this is because it wasn't a very strong move down, and we had this imbalance right here, and we didn't sweep any sell side yet. So, I mean buy side. My bad, I'm all over the place. We didn't sweep any buy side yet, so I was kind of iffy on this, so I didn't want to take this trade. We end up having this wick, and then we start to push up. Also, news was at 8:30, so I really wasn't trying to take some. So boom, news pushes us up. I thought it was going to push us down, similar to yesterday. Pushes us up. We take out this level. After we take out this level, I'm still watching and waiting. We get this push down, retracement up into here, but all of this, it wasn't telling me shit. I'm just looking, I'm like, bro, there's no reason for us to go down looking at the 5 minute. I didn't know what the hell we wanted to do, and I wasn't ready yet. So I just kept waiting. Boom. Then we continue to push up, and we take out this high right here. And if y'all didn't notice, there was a 5 minute fair value gap right here. I'll show y'all real quick. 5 minute fair value gap right there. Okay, so we tapped into it. We started to push down a little bit, scaled back down into the 1 minute, and this is where I kind of fucked up, right? I'm on the 1 minute a little bit too heavy now. So I see this strong push, and I wanted to get in this fair value gap. And I was going to target this low right here, this low right here, and this low down here, which you can't see. Actually, I wasn't even going to target this one. Obviously, you can tell from here. I didn't even want to target this one down here, even though that's where I thought we were going to go. It was just too far for me, and I was okay with these two targets. So I was going to get an entry in here, target down here, but we never got a fill. And this was a very slow push. So I was thinking, I don't know. I don't know about this. We come up, push down one more time. We sweep out these lows. We push up, and then we start to push down again. So now I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, we just had this big move. We kind of retraced up, and now we're pushing down again. But this is not really too efficient. This, in reality, it's not telling us shit. It's really not. It's not saying anything about us wanting to move down. Like, if you read this action, in hindsight, it looks terrible, to be honest. Like, there's no reason to take a short right here. But I was focused on being patient, and I really wanted to take a trade up here. So after I'm starting to see this move right here, actually broke structure to the downside on the 5 minute. So that was this right here. Actually, that was this right here. Right? Boom. We broke below this. And at the time, we started to come back up. So let me move this out the way. We started to come back up. But I just got in as soon as we broke below this. I was like, cool, we got a market structure shift on the 5 minute. I'm ready to take a trade. Whole time, this candle right here, this orange candle hadn't formed yet. And that's where I fucked up. We never created an imbalance on the 5 minute. There was no imbalance created on the 5 minute. That's where I fucked up. There was no displacement on the 5 minute at all. This is not good price action. We're damn near still respecting bullish order flow. I mean, we did have the market structure shift, but beyond that, I was really just too zoomed in. I was just ready to get in. After that shift, I got in. I don't think, hold up. I don't know where exactly I got in. I think it might have been right when we closed down here. I think it was right here where I got in. With my stop up here. I want to say it was right there, but I really don't know. No, my stop was definitely down here, so I must have got in somewhere over here. But yeah, we pushed down, broke structure, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. Was it right here? Nah. Cool, we broke structure, I'm getting in. Put my stop right there. And I literally got in at the lowest point, and then we pushed up and stopped me out. And then continued up into this 4-hour imbalance, and that's when we started to not even sell off. I'm capping. I was about to say that's when we started to sell off. Nope, we didn't even sell off. So yeah, GU was actually pretty ass today. There was really no trade. And looking back, this was a terrible trade, but in my mind, it was good. And psychologically, I didn't really make any psychological errors. Now, I did make a technical error. And I'd rather make a technical error than a psychological error because technicals are easier to fix. But boom, this right here, not waiting for displacement, not waiting for a retracement into the fair value gap. Essentially what I should have did today on GU in a setup like this, I should have waited for a 5-minute model. So I should have waited for the same model I always look for on the 5-minute. Displacement through this low, fair value gap, retracement, boom. Once we retrace into the fair value gap, I should have scaled down to the 1 minute. That's when I should have scaled in. And then I look for a more precise entry in the 1 minute to get a better RR and then target these areas. But I just stayed on the 1 minute and got in as soon as we shifted market structure. And it wasn't even a proper shift because we had no displacement. No imbalance, no strong move through the low. And looking at this right here, it's not efficient, bro. It's not efficient. So that was my trade on GU. Not the prettiest trade, unlike this trade right here. So what happened with Nas, and I'm actually still in this trade technically, but I'm not actually in the trade. Regardless, let's take a look at what happened here. So if we're going to daily, please ignore all the messes. Actually, I'm going to hide the drawings. Boom. So on the daily time frame, get rid of this. What did we do? We came up and we swept this high out right here. Okay, and you're back. We swept that high out. That's why I have this. We swept that high. Let me get rid of this again. And now what am I looking at? I'm really just noticing that we swept this high with the wick and we have no displacement through the high. We're starting to chop and then we have this candle, which is where we're at. Right, boom, 4 hour, let's go to it. Again, this is a sweep. We get this push down. We close below this low. Nothing crazy though. This ain't nothing crazy to really think about. Boom, we still chopping. This candle right here is what I like though. Small candle, big candle, closing below all of these lows and closing below this fair value gap. Previously nothing closed below that fair value gap right there. See what I'm saying? We have these candles that came close, but they still respected that. See what I'm saying? That low right there, they still respected that area. So once this closes below all of these lows and below this fair value gap, I'm like, okay, cool. And this is really where this was a 4-hour candle that we were on because this fair value gap was there. So I'm looking at this fair value gap. I'm like, all right, cool. Chances are we'll tap into this and then push down to equilibrium of this range, just based off of how we swept this and how we pushed down on this candle. So equilibrium of this range, you can see it's this Fibonacci right here. Let me change it up so y'all can really see. Boom. This is equilibrium of the range. Let's scale down into the 1 hour. All right, cool. So we have this big move down. We broke structure. We accumulate a little bit. We come down and we take out this low right here. That's on the 1 hour though. I'm meant to be on the 15. Boom. So we take out this low right here. Wick, wick, wick. Accumulating. On the 5 minute, I'm looking at this and I see us push up, come down and respect this fair value gap. We actually close below it, but we push up again. We close above this imbalance right here. Let me make this purple. I think it was like 20. Cool. So we close above this fair value gap right here. We come back down and tap into this fair value gap. And right here, I was actually looking for a long entry to target these highs all in here. These nestled highs. Also, I forgot to show y'all, we have this 1 hour imbalance right here. So that's in the 4 hour imbalance that I was telling you was an area of interest. It wasn't really my draw, but an area of interest. Boom. So I actually scaled down to the 1 minute at this point when we were over here. And I was looking for a way to target this. The imbalance on the 5 minute was somewhere in here. Let's just make sure instead of doing this guesswork shit. The imbalance on the 5 minute was right here. Boom. Scale down to the 1 minute again. So I'm looking at this shit. I see that we keep wicking it, and I was hoping we would get a retracement into this right here. Stops right here. Target here. That's a 1 to 1.8. I didn't even care to target all the way up here, even though that was really valid. But we never actually got an entry. In reality, after we see this 5 minute fair value gap get tapped into and rejected so much, even on the 1 minute, we never closed in here. Once we see this right here, break structure, that's valid enough. So just enter right here, stop here, boom, feel me? Which is actually the same as getting an entry in the fair value gap in this case. But regardless, we ended up pushing up to the fair value gap. Let's go back to the 5 minute real quick. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at this shit, explaining what's happening, so I'm all over the place a little bit, time frame to time frame and shit, but regardless, hopefully y'all can keep up. Boom, so we swept out this buy side level, tapped into this 5 minute fair value gap, which is also aligned with the 1 hour, which is also aligned with the 4 hour. So I'm really just looking and I'm watching and I'm expecting a reversal in this area. Next thing that I do, I take equilibrium of this range, this high, which started this move down, to this low, which started the retracement back up, right? We wouldn't put it to this low, even though it started a retracement as well, because we ended up coming back down and breaking through this low. This is now the current retracement. So I take it from this high to this low. Where's equilibrium at? This red line right here. It's now blue. And that aligns pretty much perfectly with this buy side area right here. This buy side area right here. Right? So in this area, I'm expecting a reversal. We're in premium of the range. I'm bearish. We're in a 1 hour and 4 hour fair value gap. So yeah, I'm bearish as hell. Then I just take a look at ES, SPX. This is in futures. And I see, notice where my crosshair is on both screens. I'm going to even make it more solid so y'all can really see this shit. Look at where my crosshair is, bro. Oh, I got to do it on both, huh? All right, pay attention to my crosshair. Boom, this high. It really is. It's all the same area, though. It's the same high. Y'all can see this high right here on SPX gets swept over here. On NAS, it does not get swept. Nowhere near it, right? So that's an SMT. That's a divergence. Boom. So I'm looking at that. And I scale in because I was really already looking at the 1 minute. But that was just a huge confluence. Now we go to the 1 minute time frame. And what do I see here? Because I'm seeing all this chop. All this accumulation right here. And after we sweep this buy side level and tap into the fair value gaps, I'm looking for manipulation before a distribution phase back to the downside. Right? So boom, I see this high right here. It's actually this high. I think at the time we were down here, so there was a SMT, but we did end up coming up to take this high. But there's still an SMT. Oh, no, there's not. Wait, yes, there is. I just put it on the wrong high. The SMT is right here. I guess I wouldn't drag it all the way across. It would really be to this high because you can see this never gets taken, yet this does, but it's all the same. So this high to this low, you can see this is a clear divergence, right? Boom. So now I'm just back on, I'm back on Nas, just looking at this shit. And I'm just waiting for some type of displacement to the downside because at this point, this is an A+ setup. I see this move, we retrace back up, we get another move down. We broke this low, but we never closed below it, and that's the big thing. I actually didn't enter right here. I entered right here. So we did not close below this low, but we broke through it. According to ICT, that's enough to take the trade. Not to take the trade, but that's considered a market structure shift. Even though we did not close below this low, we traded below it, and we have a fair value gap right here. So once we trade back up into this fair value gap, we should see a sell-off. I wait. I see that we already respected this fair value gap right here. I still want to wait. So I see us push back up into it, and then I see this candle to the downside, and then I see us start to push down below that, and we came below this low, and I sold. I actually took this trade in real life. I'm going to show you right now. Where's my phone? Boom. So y'all can see this, right? You can see GBP USD right here. I lost $1.58. That was my loss from the morning. This right here, this blue 110, that was Nas. You can't see the time. It says 1900, but that's just a broker, right? Hold up. You're going to see my live trade. You see how... Hold up. God damn, man. Can you focus? You see how GU says 1600? I don't think y'all can see that shit. Yeah, see how GU says 1620.56? And Nas right there says 1830. So you can tell it was a similar time. No, it says 1900, not 1830. Regardless, this was at 11:59, and the GU trade was at GU trade was at 910. So why did it say 1620 on here? Hold up. I might have showed y'all the wrong shit. Oh, that was when I got filled. That's when I got stopped out. So 920. That's 1620 on here. That's what I just showed y'all. And I closed this trade apparently at 1200. So I closed this trade right down here. Now, that's not even a 1-to-1. Why did I close the trade so early? Even though I was so confident in it, it was a great setup. Well, first off, we didn't get a proper market structure shift, and I felt guilty about that. I'm like, nah, we did not actually close below this low. Even though this looks good, that's not valid. In reality, I should have waited for this right here, trade back up into here or into this order block, and then put my stops up here. So my RR would have been worse, but that would have been a valid setup. So that's the first thing about this trade. The second thing is I was trading the absolute smallest amount I could on my broker. And even with my stop up here, I was still risking $12. And I told you I'm only risking $1 per trade for the next 3 months. Well, 1% for the next 3 months, but my account is $100. So you understand. So I'm like, I'm risking $12 right now. I didn't wait for a proper market structure shift. Even though it looks good, this is not a proper trade to be in. So I decided to get out with a small win, $1, which is funny because that's what I was supposed to be risking anyways. But that's why I'm not in the trade. I would still be in this trade right now because I would have moved my stop to break even after this TP got hit and we never got stopped out. Actually, I'm capping. I would have got stopped out because my entry was actually right here. Earlier, my entry was up here because this is where I thought I got filled. So I thought I wouldn't have gotten stopped out, but it looks like it hit my shit to the tick. I would have got stopped at break even after TP2. Regardless, that's still a good trade, this right here. So still a decent trade, 104.26. But yeah, the third thing about this trade, the third reason why I didn't stay in is because I had already taken a shower. I had already, I was on the couch watching The Outpost. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. I'm really obsessed with military movies, but it's called The Outpost. Fire ass movie, hella realistic. Yeah, my dad was actually in Afghanistan when that event that happened in the movie took place in real life because it's based on a true story. So, anyways, I was watching the movie. I was chilling on the couch. The only reason why I was looking at this right here is because I wanted to backtest Nas, and I was just on the charts, and I was like, I might as well watch it live, which is better than backtesting. Then I seen this setup, and I ended up getting in the trade when I probably shouldn't have. So those three reasons is why I cut my trade really early. I was risking too much. First reason. Second reason is I didn't wait for a proper market structure shift. And the third reason was I really was done trading. I wasn't expecting to trade anymore in the day, which might be why I got in such a good trade because I wasn't expecting to trade. But yeah, so that recaps the day. I ended up losing like 40 cents today after the loss and this win. But I don't even count this as a win. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all what the fuck happened today. That's really all I got for y'all boys. I hope y'all have a good fucking night. Hope y'all enjoyed the session. What else do I gotta say? Is there any updates? Oh yeah. So obviously y'all seen what Nas just did. Y'all seen what I just caught. Kind of. I kind of caught it, not really. But I know I'm all over the place with this, and I know I keep saying this shit. But I'm 100% getting back in the futures. I'm 100% going back to Nas. I'm not looking. I might look at GU a little bit too, but Nas is about to be my main focus. I want to master that shit. I want to get good at Nas. I want to get good and comfortable watching, reading, and trading Nas. And I might as well do that Well, I'm only risking $1 per trade. Well, I'm risking such a small amount. Might as well do it right now, right? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be into indices. I know I said I wasn't going to be, and I know I said I was before that. So I know I'm all over the place, but after today, it's really showed me like you can trade Nas. You have to lock in. Like it's just gonna take some time to getting used to how fast it moves. So yeah, that's my update. I will be trading futures probably by this summer. Hopefully by this summer. But I'll definitely be looking at Nas and SPX from now on. And this is the last time I'm making any changes. So Forex is probably gonna be on the back burner. Nas and SPX is gonna be on the forefront of my trading shit. And yeah, that's really all I got for y'all boys. So again, thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. No, I'm playing. I don't give a fuck if y'all like or subscribe this shit. Um, yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be safe.